Welcome to Flowery Writing. Today I'm going to review the book All the Light We Cannot See by Anthony Doerr. I just finished reading this book and this is an amazing book, and I thought this is the best time to review it because everything's so fresh in my mind. So let's begin. The writing of this book is so beautiful. Like after reading this, when I picked up the next book, the writing seemed all immature and funny. The writing style of this book is very rich. It uses metaphors, but not to the point that the writing becomes poetic or hard to read. Anthony Doerr used a descriptive type of writing, but instead of describing the environment like in the classics, he focused on describing the person who is in that environment. He focused on describing the person's reactions, the person's inner dialogues, and I think that is a very different way of writing. Before getting into the split timelines concept of this book, which makes this book unique, I would like to tell you about the idea behind this book. I saw it in an interview. Anthony Doerr was traveling in a train and he saw this man talking over a cell phone. Suddenly, he started screaming. He started getting angry and reacting because his phone got disconnected. That time, Doerr thought that how that person didn't even realize, how none of us actually realize that how big of a miracle it is that we can talk to a person while being underground in a metro of under meters and meters of concrete. From there, he came to the idea of writing a book where the importance of radio could be shown, and he wanted it to act as a reminder to humanity that how grateful we are that we can talk to a person even if he or she is not face to face with us, and that for the greater part of our history we couldn't do that. And what time to show the importance of radio other than World War. This book is written with split timelines. In one timeline, we see the two main characters fighting their own smaller struggles of life, and the war is still not over them. They are getting hints of the war, and we see that slowly through the population, fear is starting to creep in. In the other timeline, we see devastation, we see death, we see people trapped under buildings and not able to get out. They have no food, they are starving. I think this split timeline concept is such an amazing way of showing the difference and the devastation that war causes. That's how a simple life can change into something this tragic, this horrific, something that we can't even imagine. Written in dual perspectives, we have two protagonists, two children, a girl, a French girl, and a German boy. And no, this is not a love story. The main theme of the story is World War II. Marie, our little French girl, is blind, and her father is the chief locksmith of the museum in Paris, and he builds the whole neighborhood for his daughter so that she can run her fingers on the little roads and little houses and memorize her way home. He does everything to make Marie capable of living alone, and which actually helps her a lot afterwards. But the other character is Werner Fennig, and he is a German boy, and he lives with his sister in an orphanage in a coal mining town of Germany. He is expected to go to work in the mines like all other boys in his town when he turns 15, but he is fascinated by radios and he gets an opportunity for a future that at first seems more promising, but later he finds that it is more morally confusing. Almost at the very end of the book, the timelines meet, and I wish there could be some more of the story after the timelines met and what happened to them after the war, or but it's still pretty cool, I guess. But there was a diamond in this book, which seems important enough to be mentioned in the back of this book, but I don't know what it is doing here. There is a lot of myth surrounding this diamond, and I guess you can say that the diamond symbolizes some other things. But in such a heavy novel with such a tragic topic, I don't really think it was much needed. The diamond kind of stirred the plot a bit, but the plot and the novel could still go on without the diamond being ever mentioned. So this is something that I thought was a waste of time, this diamond story. But that's obviously my perspective. You can obviously love the myth and the symbolism behind the diamond. This story shows us the power of propaganda on the uneducated and the poor. It shows us that a human edge of the German soldiers as well, how they were just humans molded into monsters. It kind of showed us that how the difference between humans and monsters come down to one or two choices. The biggest takeaway for me from this book is that we should remember war as war and not as just a history book chapter or as a game we played. As fewer and fewer people for whom the war has been a memory that they have lived live among us every year, it is important for us to remember how privileged we are to have the peace and the simple things in life, how we should appreciate the mundane things of life, because anything is better than chaos. So that's it, I guess. Thank you for seeing this review. And if you like this, please subscribe to this channel and share it with other people. It would be amazing if it would give me a lot of good vibes. Thank you a lot for watching. Bye.